Peace, peace, Africans. Uh, Today, I'm in a different energy. Today is what? Tuesday, I think. What's the date? Uh, yeah, not sure. It's probably the 17th, I think, or the 18th of June. No, it's not. It's the 26th today. Yeah, let me get my head right. Yeah, we're just starting off the day, so, you know, I'm just collecting my thoughts. Um, yeah, today I'm in a different energy, as I said. In my previous video, I spoke about African interests. And I think also, looking at where we are as Africans and the issues I raised, we actually need more resources to support our efforts, whether it's in entrepreneurship, whether it's in education. If you look at the data, that is what it tells you. Look at the poverty levels in African communities and so on. You must reach the conclusion we need to pump more resources into supporting African people in this country. Yes, in Africa as a whole, but now I'm specifically talking about South Africa. Need more resources, certainly. Now, better managed, yet. Yes, better managed. The resources have to be better managed, so that we make sure they get to the people who really need them. And that's why I said, in terms of my position on policy, I'm not saying we must just, continue in the same sort of patterns that we have had where, funds are misappropriated that are intended, for the benefit of the most vulnerable of our people. I'm also not with that, okay? So don't misunderstand me and think that I'm saying now, we must just continue. No. Resources, yes, must be better managed, but resources are needed. Understand? Resources are needed. And also just looking at my own situation, you understand? I mean, I'm just a guy who's working, but I'm also trying to start something on the side, you know what I'm saying? Trying to come up, yo. So, yeah, I will certainly need a lot of support in terms of establishing things, putting things in place. I've got people, that I'm bringing in to work with. How do I pay them? Do you understand? I need to pay them for the efforts they're putting into the enterprises and things I'm trying to start. And I simply don't have those resources, but I have the vision. Do you understand what I'm saying? I have the vision, I have a big vision, and it's real, it's practical. You know? So, yeah, we need to have those institutions still available and still open where we can go and say, hey, here's my proposition. Here's how this is going to also assist in uplifting the community, because it's not just about me as an individual. It's not just, some self-serving agenda. I mean, I've made it clear, that there is an agenda. It's African focused. It's for the empowerment of African people, for us to take back control of our territory. There's a bigger vision, with this. It's not just some petty focus, on, uh, you know, or some jealousy over what other people have and we don't know. It's very specifically focused on the condition of African people, how we can change that, and not with some mediocre interventions of, I know, we'll give you a grant of 300 and whatnot. Not that. I'm talking about real empowerment, developing our people, giving our people skills that will also enable them to think differently, start enterprises, be supported, and so on, so that we can build and grow and become stronger, in larger numbers, so that we can have real impact, so that we can hit at poverty and, the levels of social degeneracy and so on. You know? So that's really what is on my mind. That please don't misunderstand me, as saying we must just continue in the same mode, and that where there are corrupt practices, we must ignore them if, it's African people doing it. No, that's not what I'm saying. So yeah, family, I'm coming to you from Joburg, attending a conference. Today I'm doing my presentation on some innovations that I've come up with to assist in the success of our students in these institutions. So yeah, I work in that space of education, educational technology, tech and innovation in education and so on. That's the space I'm in. Today I'll be presenting, what I've been working on, the research behind it and the data and so on. So this is what we are working with Africans, and that's why I said we need to refine our skills, develop our skills, even our research skills, our critical thinking, how we analyze things, so that we can look at the kind of outcomes we want. Because you see, this thing, Africans, is very, very simple in terms of, because it's a science. You understand? If you just do interventions that are ill-informed and so on, and you haven't conceptualized your things properly, you're not going to get the outcome. And that's why I'm saying we must make sure that we are very thoughtful in how we approach these things, and we think very deeply about what kind of policy positions we're putting forward, and what kind of what kind of outcomes we're going to get from that. And if there are risks that we have identified, you do have to identify risks. You must put measures in place to mitigate. You understand? We gotta have a very clear, sound methodology of how we are doing our things to ensure we get the outcomes. Anyway, African family, let me get prepped. Peace and love.